When John and Claudia, a military family, were referred to me, they'd already been in escrow for 4 weeks with another lender who then denied their VA loan. And I admit, their loan had severe challenges. But hey, we stepped in and watched what happened.
When we had that first conversation, you still seemed like you still had some fight in you. You hadn't given up, but it sounded like you were ready to give up. You're like, oh no, I don't know if I want to go through this. What was going through your head?
To tell you the truth, like we were kind of like frustrated. Like we were like, oh shoot, like it was just like last minute. Like we find out, oh, we couldn't close with the previous lender.
We already went through all this, so let's get the last push to see if this is gonna work.
There have been many military families that couldn't get their loan, but they didn't want to give another try. They just gave up, and they're like, oh no, we don't want to go through this. Part of it was probably they just didn't want to face potential rejection again. But you guys weren't like that. You were like, hey, let's do it. We sent you a long list of like, we want everything but your blood sample. One thing I want to interject is, for all you guys watching out there, veterans and agents, that are running across challenges, is one thing we did was we had a long conversation, right? We darn near interrogated you, like what? And then I told you, I said, hey, give us a couple of days. And we ended up having very in-depth conversations with 2 underwriters. And we shared your scenario, and we didn't want to, waste your time, waste their time again. We got the underwriter to say yes before we came back to you. I said, all right, it's a yes, but we got to have this, this, and this. And I feel like that's a big difference with working with a lender like us, that we're going to take your scenario, we're going to go, portray it to an underwriter. That's the decision maker. And then we're like, yeah, you know what? This is going to happen. Let's get this. And then we were like on you like white on rice. Yeah. Like, we need to get this. Tracy over here, I mean, oh my God, you stayed the course. She was like the glue in the whole thing.
No, she's the best agent I ever worked with. Like, it's not because she's here. It's because like the way she was forthcoming with us. She said like, okay, I can help you guys.
And she was always the middleman too, like the point of contact.
If anybody could save the day, it would be Charles, and that's why I wanted to put you guys in touch with him. And like you said, he doesn't beat around the bush. He's going to tell you exactly what it is he needs and what's going to happen, right? Yes. It's not going to be like, well, maybe wishy-washy. We have the safety net guarantee, so if you decide to sell down the road, there's benefits for that as well. And just being with clients every step of the way, I think, is very important. Holding your hand, educating you. Our relationship doesn't end here, so you guys can't get rid of me that easily.
We don't want to. Don't worry.
What advice do you guys have for veterans that are maybe in the process of buying, that have run into challenges? What would you say?
What I would say is just don't be afraid to ask, like, because there's some misconception about the VA home loan. And I remember when my first time I ever heard from it, they said, oh, it's hard like for a seller to accept it. And then when I make my research, and then it's completely different. So be open-minded. So that's one of the things. And then find someone you trust. That's the main point, because like I said, without Tracy, we wouldn't met you. And then without you, we wouldn't be able to close on the house. So really appreciate it. So.